So, welcome to Portugal. Today is officially day one. We did arrive last night, but it was quite late. We had to get to the shop, we had to get almond milk, chicken, meal prep, so we didn't get a chance to do the intro. But this is the view from the front of our Airbnb. We've just ordered an Uber. We're about to head to Mr. Big Evolution, which is a gym that is provided for free for all athletes. From what it looks like on Google, it looks like a very, very good gym. I have push today, which is just like a light push session to get the carbs moving around, get the glycogen moving to where it needs to be, and then the day after, I will have pull, and the girls, I believe, have got adductors and pull, I want to say, and then they have push. Yes, that's correct. And then they have push the day after, which will be the day before show, so that'll be Friday. So it's it's all go. We've got our plans all set in stone. We've got, obviously, meal changes will come from the check-ins that we do throughout the day with Jake. Every time especially more so the girls, my body, we know how it responds. We've rinsed and repeated it, like, I want to say 10 times. This will be the 10th time in 8 weeks that we've done it, so I don't need to check in after every meal. We know what happens. The girls, obviously, this time there's a different look, different fullnesses, what we're trying to achieve in terms of the condition and stuff, so they're going to check in every time, and they might have to take some rice out, they might have to add some in, so you know that it's very hard to prep. So we're going to kind of live in the Airbnb and not really move. Also, because we're water loading today, we're on 10 litres of water today, then tomorrow we pull down to 4. We need to make sure that fluid stays in the body. We don't want to drink 10 litres and then sweat out 10 litres, so we're going to stay inside in the aircon. And then on the last day, we're going to go out and enjoy the sun. Hopefully, I've checked the weather, and it does on the Sunday. It does look like it's going to be a sunny Sunday. So we will hopefully get out, go and get some gelato, and go and get some pizza and some actual nice, some food that's not turkey mince and rice. So it's day 2, technically day 3, but full day number 2. Yesterday we did a mixture between the girls and I. We did our pump session. Today we're going to go and do our second pump session. Water has been cut today. We were on 10 litres yesterday. I feel like a balloon. This morning I checked in and I hated the look, but I always do. And I always say this to clients on photo shoots as well. If you don't wake up and feel like, or you go to bed and feel like a balloon, you've not drank enough water, you've not loaded hard enough. Today's the day where we start the dry out process. So hopefully once I've gone and got some blood moving around the body, we will see the skin get tighter, the veins will start to pop. I feel pretty flat right now because I've just woken up and we're about to go to the gym. Again, beautiful sunrise behind us. Waking up to this, it's just amazing. Look out off our balcony at that sort of view. It's just, I don't even want to go to the gym, I just want to go down to the beach, but that's what Sunday's for. So today we'll go and put the pump. I've got pump, push today. The girls have also got push, so I'm sure it's push today they've got. I get their days and my days mixed up, but we will get to Mr. Big. We registered yesterday as well, so I have no idea, I'm useless with this sort of stuff, but Christy said registration for us was yesterday, which it was, and then the big ones are there today, so all the pros are registering today, so hopefully we'll get some clips as well outside of some big boys. If not, you'll probably see them in the back of some of my footage making me look like a little boy. And if there's anything I've learned since being here and seeing some of the amateurs, is the standard I was expecting was here. the quality of these athletes. I went up to a guy and went, "Are you a pro?" And he said, "No, I am men's physique." And he's in class D, I think he said. So he's taller than me. And I was like, well, thank God. But he was he was like twice my size, and it's kind of just brought me down a peg. So my expectations were like, aim for top 7. I'll be happy with that. Now I'm like, I don't want to come last. I want to look like I belong up there. So we'll see what happens on the day. And I think the girls have had a reality check as well, because again, when you train on the Isle of Man, you're the best on the Isle of Man. Like, without being egotistical, there's not that many bodybuilders there. You then go to the English gyms. You go down to Brighton, and you go to Phoenix, and you see the people in there, and you're like, okay, you've got Brandon's in there, you've got Aston in there, and you're like, right, I'm not that big a fish. And then you come to somewhere like this, and then there's guys walking around making Aston look like a kid, and it's you know, it really puts things in context. It's like, you are a small fish in a very, very big pond, and I haven't even seen any of the pros. So we're going to jump in an Uber. Again, this Uber bill is getting bigger and bigger. Jump in an Uber, get over to Mr. Big's Evolution, hopefully see some pros. I believe Nathan Diash is here. I've met him a couple of times. He's an absolute monster in person, and he's at the show because I've seen his check-in. So let's get to the gym. Let's get that session going, and hopefully today the tightening up process can commence, and then tomorrow I wake up dry, tight, full, and ready to get on that stage and show off what's under here. And I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek, but no, we'll keep that for show day because I still feel a bit bloated. So yeah, I'll catch you soon. So what felt like the longest prep in the world, obviously show after show after show, which were all kind of unplanned. We are here, we are at the main event. This was always going to be the goal, to come here, try our hats in an event which is going to be filled with the best of the amateur world. Everybody here is pretty much going for their pro cards. I've competed in overalls against some of the guys that I've met backstage. The guy that I was tanning next to comes third 2 years ago and second in this last year in the overalls. So he was like very, very close to winning it. So he said, you know, third year in a row, third time lucky. So this is the sort of caliber of athlete we're competing against. So I've got about 40 minutes now until pump up, but it is now 8:40. I should be on around 9:40, so I've got an hour. So I'm in 2 classes today, and obviously just wait for the girls. Again, no expectations from either of the girls. I have a very good feeling that Christy's going to do very well in her classes. Lauren in maybe the juniors as well. And I better go in now and get a pump, because otherwise I'm just going to stand here and nervously talk. Competing on such a prestigious stage always means being up against an exceptional caliber of athlete, and this time was no different. As we've been on stage so much this year, Coach Jake knows how my body responds like the back of his hand, and following the same old formula, we landed on the money in terms of condition. As expected, Class B was huge and full of exceptional athletes. Many of us were moved around whilst the judges made their comparisons, and then the top 3 were picked out. As I said previously, a lot of these guys have been doing this for many years, and even being up there and looking like I deserved to be up against these guys was a huge win. The second class I was in was novice.
Let's go then, Danny, come on then. Get them abs on, Danny. Nice and side on. Abs on, yes. Keep it there, Danny. There, Danny. Let's go then, Danny, open that back out.
As you can see, the stage was absolutely packed. but despite this, after a few minutes of comparisons, my number was called and I was moved nearer the middle, which I couldn't be happier about.
Number 20, number 22, number 4, number 17, you can leave the stage.
Yes, well done, Danny!
A few moments later, my number was called once again, and I was over the moon to have made it for first call-outs.
In 5th place, number 23, Muhammad Alabda. 4th place,
Go on, give him first.
number 4, Salim Pujahal.
Get in there.
3rd place, number 17, Danny Hennis.
Yes, well done, Danny!
2nd place, 22, Kelvin Veiga. And in 1st place, number 20, Marco Pinelli.
Well done, Danny boy!
And next up,
171, Laurie Kurti.
as you'll have seen, this was Lauren's first year competing, having only done a smaller UK show previously to now competing on one of the biggest bodybuilding stages in Europe. It was a considerable jump up. But nevertheless, Lauren took it all in her stride, posing fluidly and presenting her physique impressively against some great competition. Lauren was in both an open class as well as juniors, and both were full of high-level athletes once
Nice!
again.
Nice, Lauren, keep it there!
In both classes, Lauren stayed composed, did her thing, and looked like she was loving every single second of it. Better yet, whilst dealing with the pressure of being up there and hitting her poses as practiced, she consistently listened out for Coach Jake's cues and executed on every single one he asked.
194 and 171 swings.
And with that, all that was left to do was wait for the judges' scores to come in.
4th place, 171, Lauren Kirby. 3rd place, 257, Alexander Yodovic. 2nd place.
And then it was time for Christy.
Come on, Christy, let's go!
Straight off the bat, Christy came out confident. Just like with all of us, Jake was giving posing cues, which Christy was actively listening out for. Christy has been right there by my side this year, competition after competition. And although this was also her first year on the competition stage, having spent a fair bit of time up there throughout the year, this was nothing new for her. Competing in an absolutely stacked out open class, the stage was filled end to end once again with serious athletes. The girls were worked hard and moved around while the judges made their comparisons.
Yes, Christy!
After the first round of comparisons, we were buzzing to see her make first call-outs. And after another tough round of judging, the scores were in.
Well done, Christy!
117, Carlota Agamon.
What an absolutely epic day yesterday was. As you'll see from the footage and what's gone on so far on the YouTube, myself and the girls have brought home some more medals to add to the collection. We're gonna have to get a new room put in at home to store all of these. So we'll recap kind of what went on yesterday. So I was obviously up first with it being men's, gentlemen first. I was on in the morning around 9 a.m. It was a really, really early start. In my open class, I'm not sure yet, it's not official. I think I was top 7, which was my goal. I was either 7th or 8th, I'm waiting for the confirmation. And then in the novice class, completely unexpected, which had more people in it than the open class, and they were all of different heights. Somehow managed to bag third place. So I literally still don't know how. I come off and they said, you are the top 4. And I said, do I get a medal? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I got one of those medals. And it's still not settled. Obviously the girls, who was first on, I think it was Lauren. So Lauren, you go through your classes?
So I was in my open class, so there was 14 girls in my open class, and I got 5th, which is absolutely insane. I did not anticipate any of that happening whatsoever. And then I did juniors as well, where I got 4th
in juniors.
In juniors. So it was absolutely insane. Could not have expected any of that to happen, but unbelievable. Oh my god.
And then Christy.
And then I was in a very, very, very competitive class. These girls were absolutely stacked, like unbelievable. I was pumping up just before we went on. I was thinking, wow, I look like a little twig, Jesus. So there was 9 girls in my class, and I am shocked to say that I actually got 4th. I did not think that I was going to place at all, so I was over the moon. My aim for this pro qualifier, because it is European standard, very, very, very high caliber of athlete, was first call out, so I'm over the moon with my placing from yesterday. It was a very, very long day. We went backstage at 1 o'clock and we didn't get on stage until about 7 p.m. So you can imagine how exhausted we all were. But yeah, over the moon with our placing, and then we went out and had some good food.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, we obviously recapped after my class in the morning before the girls went on, and then we were in such a hurry to go and get some food. We didn't want to hang around and try and find Luke and do an outro on show day. So this is the outro. Today we've went and had fun. We've caught the sun. This is actually a real tan I've got going on here. So we actually went and had some fun. We had went and had breakfast together. We went and did like nice coupley stuff, didn't we? And as the 4 of us with James as well, Lauren's partner James. So yeah, we've had a really good day. We've had a really good trip. And if anything, we've learned that the caliber of athlete that are coming to these events is extremely high. So when you're in Braywick and you think, I've just won a show, that's nothing. That's nothing. The guys that won my show are literally insane. I was pumping up next to them all. I'm sure they were from Iran, Iraq, wherever they were from. But they were just like a different type of specimen of human. They were just, so there's a lot of growing to do. We've had feedback from the various shows, different judges. Obviously some of the feedback that Christy's had that she's gone over was the walk and then fullness and et cetera. That's what she could work on short term. Long term, we all know that we just need to grow more muscle, more density, more thickness. Lauren's 22, and I got that right for the first time. As everyone keeps saying, she's 21 because she looks so young. Lauren's got another year potentially in juniors if she decides to compete again next year. If not, then she just goes into open, which she's killing anyway. Grow wise, I think that's your sort of plans, and again it's Christy's plans as well. Now she's stood up there and she's seen it's more the density and the mature muscle mass.
Yeah, for me it's 100%. My feedback is always with regards to my fullness. So fullness is something when you are kind of peaking, you can play around with in terms of carb loading and things like that, but you can only fill a muscle that's there. So
you've got to get that balloon big,
muscle, and it is in the glutes. So we're off to go and grow some glutes. That's what we're going to do.
Exactly the same for me. Just need more size, more density, more thickness, and more mature muscle. So I'll probably spend at least 12 months, probably more leaning towards 18 months, and then compete towards the back end of the year. And we'll just kind of see how the year goes and how the off season goes. But what we're going to do now is, this is the end of the series. We're going to do probably, in terms of YouTube content, again, guys, you need to like, comment and subscribe. This will wrap up this season, which has been absolutely epic. We'll run some footage of all the various trophies and awards that we've had throughout at the end of this. When we get back to the island, we'll probably do a debrief, and then we're going to go into off season. I'm going to try and document as much of the journey of off season as truthfully and honestly as I have about being in prep, because off season is where it gets ugly. It's where you get a little bit fluffy and nobody documents that side. It's not the glamorous part of sticking a pair of earrings in, getting your eyelashes done, doing your fake tan. You sat there eating cream of rice, and then you throw it up into the sink, and then you've got to make it again, and then you've got to eat it again because you need those calories, and then you wake up lighter and you're pissed off. So it's yeah. We'll wrap it up there because we've got a flight to catch in the morning. We've got to leave here at 3:30 a.m. So we're gonna get our eye masks on, because these blinds do not show any light out in here. And yeah, that's a wrap, guys. So like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully you've enjoyed this season. Anyone that's, you know, give us any sort of support, whether it's a comment, a like, a message, I know it's hard for us to reply. I looked at Christy's notifications yesterday, and it was ridiculous. So going back into them with effort and individually replying is, so if you have sent a message, it does mean a lot to us. It's not we're just giving you a love heart response. There's a lot of messages, there's a lot of comments, and again, your support has been much appreciated throughout this journey. I don't think any of us would have made it this far without the external sort of support of our families, our friends, our co-workers, just everybody around us that's wanted us to do well and succeed. So again, a big thank you to everybody. Super proud of these two. And that's it. We'll see you the next season.